everybody, we're back. Our first guest is singer-songwriter. Her debut CD is entitled To Whom It May Concern. Please welcome Lisa Marie Presley. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is your day off, too. You've been out gigging.
Yeah.
I love it when people calling it gigging.
Yeah.
You know, like musicians, they say, I got a gig, I'm out gigging.
Right.
People in my business, we don't call it gigging. I say, what were you doing? Oh, I was just making a jackass out of myself.
Yeah.
It's not as cool as gigging. But anyway, it's very nice to have you here.
Thanks
making
for
time for us. Let's talk about your band is called LMFB.
LMFP.
LMFP.
Yeah.
LMFP, that's right, LMFP. Doesn't really stick in my... LMFP, what does that stand for?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
Lisa Marie Presley.
I thought it was Presley.
Really?
No, I'm just kidding. Are you sure? Check it up again. And wait a minute, no, you can't say that, is the other thing I forgot to say. Now, how did you come up with the name? I know how you came up with most of the name for that band.
It kind of just happened. I would sort of jokingly refer to myself as that, and then a friend of mine got me a ring that had the initials on it. Then I did a radio show, and then everybody kind of just heard that, and then I started seeing fans showing up with an LMFP T-shirts at the shows on their own.
Right,
so
right.
It just kind of was one of those things that sort of took off.
I wish this show was late night with CFOB, you know?
Right. Yeah.
I think that would change my whole thing overnight. You know what I mean?
I like it.
Look at that. That would change everything. Like my whole image now is kind of like, ooh, you know? And, sorry I did that so close to you, but,
Okay.
But overnight that would change it. Like, who are you? Who am I? I'm Conan effing O'Brien.
Right.
Nah, it wouldn't work for me.
They seem to like it, though.
They like it, yeah, but that's an unruly mob you're talking about. There's a woman there who doesn't approve of me, and I will find her. Why is he swearing now?
Oh.
I heard, I don't know if this is true, but, you know, talking about this is your day off and, like, what you do to relax, that you love to watch television, especially Fear Factor.
Oh, and
you love watching the show Fear Factor.
I don't like television, but I am crazy about that show.
So you only like sort of just my show and Fear Factor. That's pretty much it.
That's it.
Good. No, did great, all TV. So you like, what is it you like about Fear Factor?
I like to watch them eat. You know, they eat all kinds of stuff. I find that fascinating.
But they eat, I mean, I've checked it out a couple times, and I can't do it. I can't watch, you know, last night they were watching, someone was eating, like, fermented squid guts on that show. Yeah. And I just can't, how do you sit there and watch it? Like, I wouldn't be able to eat for hours before I watch that show.
Well, every Sunday night, everyone gathers up at a friend of mine's house, and they make spaghetti, and we watch, you know, the season finale was a whole table lined up, and they were sticking their hands in these bowls. If they didn't figure out what it was, they'd have to eat it. So it was everything from, like, coagulated blood to rotten cheese with maggots all over it, and cockroaches, centipedes, worms.
It's on primetime television, everybody. They're like, what are they talking about? I don't know how you could eat spaghetti and watch someone, you know, eating a caterpillar.
Well, that was I get this odd kick out of it. Everyone gets really mad at me after.
Right. They get furious with you.
Yeah, they're furious, but I get a kick out of it.
What's the most disgusting thing you've seen them eat on the show?
On that when they had to eat and drink all that stuff, and they had to eat blended up cockroaches, the big ones.
Oh, I did that. Did
you?
When I first was getting started, I never allowed a scratch. That's a delicacy.
Right.
I also read, as preparing this interview today, and I wanted to talk to you about things that just popped to me about you. And one is that you said you have a crush on Darth Vader.
Oh God, that's never gonna go away. Yeah, I did for a while there.
You did have a crush on. What is it about Darth Vader that? Because I understand some things, but Darth Vader, I don't understand having a crush on Darth Vader.
I think it's just the idea of him, the image, the darkness, he's powerful, ended up being good in the end thing. I don't know.
I think it's the heavy breathing.
It's
definitely.
not sane.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
I think you just like the guy that's like.
Right.
This is fun, actually.
That's very attractive.
You liking this?
Really,
You're like, I've got to get out of here.
No,
How many interviews have you had have ended with that? I don't think so.
No, I'm fascinated by that, actually.
Yeah. It's very cool. Oh, really? Well, you'll excuse us. Okay, no, I won't. You have a portrait of yourself painted in blood. Where do you get those?
Well, Kmart.
Kmart has some. It's part of the Martha Stewart line at Kmart. What? Martha Stewart starts doing it. What? Help me through this. How did you get a portrait of yourself in blood? Whose blood is it?
It's a friend of mine. He's an artist. He's a painter, and he paints. You know, he does like the painting, and then he puts his blood all over it. It's sort of his thing.
So he doesn't actually. Does he squirt the blood out like Spider-Man and make the?
I honestly don't know how. I know he draws it. He keeps it frozen and.
Right. So it's not actually, because I was going to say he'd probably pass out after 20 minutes of painting.
Your producer asked me today, isn't he weak?
Yeah, right, exactly. Wouldn't he?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
You could test his cholesterol. Just anyway. Your painting's terrible, and you have high cholesterol. I just mentioned this to you backstage because I think this is kind of a strange phenomenon that I've been to your house, but I've never met you before. I think a lot of Americans have gone to Graceland and taken the tour, and that's your home. It's where you grew up, and it must be kind of strange. You actually had family living there for quite a long time, your aunt. Is that right?
Yes, my aunt.
Your aunt lived while people were taking tours through the house. Is that right? How would she deal with that? I mean, everyone wants to go see, and the lines are incredible. How would she respond to that?
Well, she was an alcoholic diabetic, which is not a good combination.
Not doctor recommended, no.
So she would come out of there, and she would, walk her dog in her robe and come out and scream at the fans and say, "What are you looking at, you son of a bitch?" And she became notorious, and people knew that she was there, and they'd go, "Are you Ann Delta?" And she'd walk up and she'd go, "No, she died. She's dead."
That's strange.
So she was always amusing.
Right. And how do you? I want to ask you, because we're a little tight on time, but I want to find out about your touring now with this CD,
yes,
which is To Whom It May Concern. I'm curious how you like the touring. Are you enjoying it right now? Is it hard? Is it harder than you thought?
It's going well. We're having fun. I'm getting more and more used to the idea. Every night, no matter what, go out there and do it.
So even if you don't feel well, you get out there.
Doesn't matter.
Well, very cool. To Whom It May Concern is in stores right now. It was really nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you.
Yeah, thanks a lot for being here. Great to have you on the show. Lisa Marie Presley, everybody. Evan Handler from Second City coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Take a little trip.
All right, everybody, we're back. Fine show tonight, fine show. Fine show coming up tomorrow night from the movie Undefeated. John Leguizamo is going to be here. Johnny Legs, we call him, and he hates it. Academy Award-winning actress Anna Paquin is going to be here, and a very funny comedian Louis C.K. So watch that.